Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please take your seats? Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats at this time. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the Chaka Ballroom at the Hershey Lodge for the New Birth of Freedom Council's 14th Annual Eagle Scout Recognition Dinner. I'm Evan Forrester of Fox 43 News, an executive board member of the New Birth of Freedom Council and a fellow Eagle Scout. It is my honor once again this year to serve as Master of Ceremonies this evening. Our program tonight will begin by introducing our 2023 class of Eagle Scouts. After each Eagle Scout introduces themselves, they will receive a commemorative Eagle Scout coin marking the special occasion as they return to their table. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I am pleased to present the New Birth of Freedom Council's 2023 class of Eagle Scouts.
I'm Tyler Brian Frederick, Troop 54, from Mount Wolf, Pennsylvania.
Braden Merritt, Troop 54, York, PA.
I'm Wilson Hartley from Troop 92, Millerstown, PA.
Ethan Hillenbrand, Troop 23, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Nolan Horvath, Troop 94, Dover, PA.
Lucas Spiker, Troop 35, York, PA.
Bryce Reynolds, Troop 28, York, PA.
Daniel Katora, Troop 174, Newville, PA.
Alexander Foster, Troop 174, Newville, PA.
Carson Dougherty, Troop 17, York, PA.
Matthew DeCanto, Troop 17, York, PA.
Evan Funk, Troop 180, Honesdale, PA.
Colin Anderson, Troop 174, Newville.
Michael Reiner, Troop 501, Littlestown, PA.
Corey Fowler, Troop 28, Red Line, PA.
Aiden Millick, Troop 74, Hummelstown, PA.
Noah Bayshore, Troop 296, Mechanicsburg, PA.
Bennett Waybright, Troop 203, Dillsburg, PA.
Carson Pace Henderson, Troop 173, Carlisle Barracks.
Aiden Oliver, Troop 368, Harrisburg, PA.
Elliot Horn, Troop 196, Lemoyne, PA.
Cole Pines, Troop 80, Camp Hill, PA.
Evan Cheveria, Troop 80, Mechanicsburg, PA.
Gavin Smith, Troop 80, Mechanicsburg, PA.
Austin Weitzel, Troop 279, Mechanicsburg, PA.
Andrew Cooney, Troop 195, Mechanicsburg, PA.
John Potter, Troop 200, Hershey, PA.
Luke Pritchett, Troop 200, Hershey, PA.
Andrew Urenko, Troop 38, Dillsburg, PA.
Zach Nine, Troop 38, York Springs, PA.
Tucker Hamilton, Troop 64, Duncan, PA.
Roy Henry, Troop 1165, Elizabethville, PA.
Levi Hallbaker, Troop 134, Chambersburg, PA.
Michael Thiebelmont, Troop 77, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Eli Kombacher, Troop 200, Hershey, PA.
Nick Gallmer, Troop 27, Stewartstown, PA.
Jonathan Delaney, Troop 256, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Robert Wirtz, Troop 190, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Colby Kostelak, Troop 190, Mechanicsburg.
Paul Butler, Troop 190, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Alexander Hess, Troop 89, Camp Hill, PA.
Patrick Reed, Troop 120, Shippensburg.
Dale File, Troop 94, Sherman Sale.
Chase Keaton, Troop 7, Shermansdale.
Nicholas Music, Troop 27, Harrisburg, PA.
Ryan Calvinelli, Troop 333, Mechanicsburg, PA.
TJ Fosnight, Troop 368, Hershey, PA.
James Reinhardt, Troop 94, Shermansdale, Pennsylvania.
Elliot Emenheiser, Troop 155, Red Line, Pennsylvania.
John Smith, Troop 168, Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Chandler Lawyer, Troop 125, New Oxford, PA.
Brendan Facius, Troop 195, Mechanicsburg, PA.
Maxwell Harris, Troop 195, Mechanicsburg, PA.
Samuel Horn, Troop 195, Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
Raiden Bailey, Troop 174, Newville, PA. Noah Kohler, Troop 28, Red Line, Pennsylvania.
Elena Juliet Luckenball, Troop 54, York, PA.
Kyle Sheehan, Troop 196, Camp Hill, PA.
Michael O'Brien, Troop 171, Boarding Springs, PA.
Braden Scott Albright, Troop 300, Mechanicsburg, PA.
Cameron James Ebersol, Troop 284, Dallastown, PA.
Joe Bisco, Troop A9, Camp Hill, PA.
Logan Wilson, Troop 89, Wormleysburg.
Michaela
Troop 262 out of Granville, Pennsylvania.
Joshua Sargent, Troop 368, Harrisburg, PA.
Mitchell Brown, Troop 43, Seven Valleys, PA.
Alex Bell, Troop 43, Brogue, Pennsylvania.
Jackson Bailey, Troop 168, Carlisle.
Mason Good, Troop 28, Red Line, PA.
Ben Schaefer, Troop 24, New Freedom.
Andrew Nero, Troop 65, Hershey.
Joe Murphy, Troop 127, Spring Grove.
Levi Highlands, Troop 30, Spring Grove, PA.
Ron Beaver, Troop 30, Spring Grove, PA.
Luke Highlands, Troop 30, Spring Grove.
Nicholas Giordano, Troop 43, Red Line.
Colin McQuaid, Troop 196, New Cumberland, PA.
Nicholas Gibney, Troop 302, Harrisburg, PA.
Alexander Manbeck, Troop 308, Harrisburg, PA.
Ian Laver, Troop 77, Dauphin, PA.
Mason Barrick, Troop 97, Middletown, Pennsylvania.
Wyatt Enders, Troop 1165, Halifax, PA.
Daniel Foster, Troop 136, Chambersburg, PA.
Andy Mariano, Troop 10, Lingelstown, Pennsylvania.
Nicholas Lopez, Troop 36, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Dylan MacDonald, Troop 36, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Caden Garner, Troop 120, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania.
Asher Hortman, Troop 35 from York, Pennsylvania.
Nathan Lee, Troop 65, Hershey, PA.
Austin James Reeder, Troop 74 from Hummelstown, PA.
Weston Rudge, Troop 171 from Boiling Springs, PA.
Elijah Clark, Troop 38 from Dillsburg, PA.
Thank you, Eagle Scouts, for introducing yourselves to us. There are 178 members of the class of 2023 Eagle Scouts, 72 of which are present with us tonight. However, several of our Eagle Scouts are either away at college, serving the military, or out of town tonight and are unable to be with us. So let's applaud their accomplishments as well. At this time, I call Eagles Colin McQuaid of Troop 196 in Mechanicsburg and Josh Sargent of Troop 368 in Harrisburg to conduct our opening. Colin's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Scout Oath, and Law. Then Josh will offer our invocation. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand?
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute for those in uniform. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. Scout sign. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourself in the manner you are accustomed to. O Lord, grant that I may possess the will and the strength to live up to my solemn obligations, to do my duty to God and my country, to serve my community, to make to all mankind be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, to help others at all times, especially those who are weak or in need, to assist my fellow Scouts along the Eagle Trail, providing leadership and inspiration that they may also experience the fulfilling rewards of Scouting, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight in every undertaking of my daily life, to respect our wildlife and environment, to be prepared and to do my best in every endeavor, never to forget that I am an Eagle Scout, and to always remember that I represent the ideals of the highest achievement in Scouting, a symbol of good character and citizenship, and of wholesome worth and honor. Amen.
Colin and Josh, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Please enjoy dinner and the slideshow presentation of our newest Eagle Scouts and major sponsors. Also, 'tis the season. Please check out the wonderful silent auction table. We have some great items available for bidding, and you can get your shopping done early. Be prepared for the holidays. The silent auction is going to close just before we resume our program, so I will give you a 10-minute warning if you're keeping an eye on something. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll resume the program after dinner. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, as dessert is being served, I want to let you know we have 10 minutes left on the silent auction. 10 minutes left. It'll close at 7:55. So 10 minutes left on the silent auction. Also take the time to use the restroom if available. We're going to get the program started in 10 minutes. The final 10 minutes for the silent auction. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could get your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, we'd like to get the program started. Ladies and gentlemen, signs up, please. Thank you. We'd like to resume the program as you continue to enjoy your dessert and as our waitstaff continues to finish clearing the tables. First, let's thank the staff of the Hershey Lodge for preparing and serving tonight's great meal. Earning the Eagle Scout Award is the ultimate goal for a youth member in the Scouts BSA program. Requirements include earning at least 21 merit badges, demonstrating Scout spirit, completing community service hours, and holding leadership positions. The most challenging advancement requirement is developing, executing, and finishing an extensive service project for the benefit of their community while demonstrating leadership of others. This year's class provided more than 30,000 hours of service back to our community. So it's fair to say that becoming an Eagle Scout is undoubtedly no easy task. As we celebrate the accomplishments of these Scouts, it's essential to recognize that along their trail to the rank of Eagle Scout, they were given a lot of support and encouragement from two key groups of people that we would like to recognize at this time. First, would all these Eagle Scouts recipients' parents, family members, and friends with us tonight please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Next, I would ask that all Scoutmasters and crew advisors with us tonight also stand to be recognized. Thank you. By becoming an Eagle Scout, one joins an elite group of individuals, and less than 6% of all Scouts share that unique distinction. Would all of my fellow Eagle Scouts in the audience, regardless of how long ago you may have received your award, please stand to be recognized. All Eagle Scouts. So now, let's hear from one of our newest Eagle Scouts. It is my pleasure to introduce the featured Eagle Scout speaker tonight, Michaela Schutt. Michaela is an Eagle Scout from Troop 262 at St. John's United Methodist Church of Grantville. Her scouting journey began in February of 2019 and reached its pinnacle in February of 2023 with the awarding of the rank of Eagle. She chose to do her Eagle project here for the church, completing work on the church's annex house, often used by the Scouts, the community, and AA members for weekly meetings. She and her team executed outside renovations to enhance the aesthetics and functionality as part of this project. They performed planting and landscaping work, constructed a full roof over the porch, painted doors, and installed a lighted sign to mark the property. Michaela is also a Gold Award recipient, equivalent to the rank of Eagle in the Girl Scouting program, where she planned and developed a comprehensive website for mental health resources. As a 2023 alumna from Lower Dauphin High School, she graduated as the class salutatorian with a 3.995 GPA. She's now enrolled at Penn State University, majoring in animal sciences, and plans to attend Cornell University to further her education. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eagle Scout Michaela Schutt.
A little bit shorter there. Hi everyone, as Evan said, my name is Michaela Schutt and I am from Grantville out of Troop 262. again sponsored by St. John's United Methodist Church. I graduated just this year in the spring from Lower Dauphin, and as Evan said, I'm enrolled at Penn State working for an animal science major to be a large animal vet. I've lived on my family's farm since I was 5 years old and have always grown up being kind of an outdoors kid, constantly wanting to be around the animals and always wanting to be surrounded by nature, just immersed in that feeling of liberation and possibility that it always gave me. So naturally, scouting seemed to be a good choice for me. So voila, here I am today, now privileged with the ability to speak to you all this evening. Before I came here tonight, I was asked to speak about my journey in scouting and all the things I've learned from over only the 4 short years that I've had the privilege to be in the program. So I sat down and I started reflecting on my experiences and all the things that I had done. And before that moment, I never really realized how much had been packed into those 4 short years, again, until I gave some thought to it. So while my time began in February of 2019, my scouting journey had begun much earlier when I was only in 1st grade. I had joined the Girl Scouts as Daisy, and for a number of years, I had jumped around from troop to troop because of age reasons. And finally, I had found a local troop that had decided to work with council to allow me and another girl in the same situation to stay in their troop for good. This was Troop 11018, also out of Grantville, to which I owe much thanks and many amazing memories. While being involved as the head of our troop, our leader and her 2 sons were also heavily involved in Scouts BSA. Working with both programs directly, she was able to see their differences in what they offered to the kids and the experiences they gave them. Therefore, when the opportunity presented itself in 2019 for girls to join Scouts BSA, our leader highly encouraged us all to join, seeing firsthand how it had transformed and bettered her own children. 3 of us, including myself, decided to join Scouts BSA, and we gradually gathered enough girls to form a troop. We wasted no time and decided to enter Klondike to compete the same month. And actually, now that I think of it, it was only a few days after we joined. So actually, we ended up placing 7th, which was very surprising for everyone. And eventually, we were fortunate enough to come in 1st place just a few years later. And then from there, we ended up doing things like winter camp, wizard safari, lots of Scout Sundays and other church services, service projects and fundraising, and numerous hikes, including the most memorable probably being doing all of Gettysburg's trails in 1 weekend, may I add, which for some reason ended up being 25 miles instead of 14, according to my Fitbit. So besides for 1 too many wrong turns, I'm still not quite sure exactly what accounted for that disparity. Oh, and lest I forget to mention the camping we did. So I'm sure all of us here could share some good camping stories. I mean, after all, lots can happen in 20 nights, right? So looking back at this aspect of my scouting experience specifically, I've got to say that I'm not sure that I ever really did more than a night or 2 of ideal weather camping. Whether there was severe winds that practically made the tent walls collapse on us, or snow laying on the ground, temperatures below freezing, thunder right on top of us, or something of the sort, there was always something interesting and memorable, to say the least, about our experiences. But hey, it had to be done, and I'm still here to tell the story, so it didn't end too badly. And at the end of the day, it always made us appreciate having warm, not tent-thin walls for a home to come back to. So needless to say, the Camping Merit Badge was definitely at the top of my list for those I was most proud of earning. But beyond all this was the knowledge and development that scouting imparted on me, facilitated by all of these experiences. I think I had a lot in me before, but scouting had definitely helped me to have the confidence to bring those things to the surface and really grow as a person in my self-confidence and worth, develop interpersonal social skills, and ultimately have the communication abilities to do public speaking, such as this. I would say, especially working often in conjunction with the boys sector of Troop 262, I was able to view things from a different point of view, getting out of my own mindset and seeing things how others saw them. As a girl, it's easy to get wrapped up in the details of situations and worry about little things the guys don't even seem to think about, like how things might be judged by others and how well you end up succeeding with something at first. But spending just this short time with the guys helped me in part to relinquish the hold that my inner critic had on me, thus allowing myself to be more authentic and open with others when it came to my personality and communicating. They showed me that it's good to just be yourself and let loose sometimes, which admittedly was exactly what I needed to learn at a time when my reservations kept me from doing way too many things in my life. But through scouting, I was enabled to have the opportunities I needed to practice, demonstrate, and develop leadership skills, people skills, social skills, a wealth of practical knowledge, and overall a new perspective. It gave me the time to do the things I loved, like hiking with, surprise, people who actually liked doing those things too. And it gave me an outlet to give back to the community, developing further things like character, and with it, self-discipline, problem-solving, self-sacrifice, and responsibility. Even so, I would come to say that the greatest thing that I personally gained from scouting was simply the confidence and ability needed to communicate and express myself around others. Because of this development, I was able to give an opening speech at my graduation in front of somewhere around 5,000 people. Being in my freshman year at college, I can have friendly conversations with new teachers and fellow students, helping me to work on creating a social foundation to build my college experience. And often working with livestock and local sellers, I can respectfully conduct my own business and negotiations, gaining respect and demonstrating my competency as a rising member of my community. Even looking ahead, where I hope to become a vet and somewhere along the lines of motivational speaker, I will be prepared to demonstrate the leadership and effective communication necessary and desired to create reassuring and effective interactions and treatments for animals and their owners, also having the knowledge and experiences to prepare me to deliver moving and meaningful speeches to audiences at large. In a more common application, though, these communication skills are inseparable from daily life. And truthfully, the ability to interact effectively with others is priceless. For me, the personal changes I have seen in my life in just the past few years have been remarkable, and I owe a lot of that to my experiences in scouting. And for every scout here sitting in the room, I am sure that there are many other such stories like mine that each of them carry with them and will continue to do so into the future. And I'm sure that they could share them given the time. Just looking around, you will see the number of people that this program has affected and most importantly is important to. And we represent only a small fraction of this group all over the country. So at this moment, I would like to again thank the donors who helped to make these transformations, memories, relationships, and learning experiences possible. Can the donors again now please stand and receive a round of applause for their financial contributions? Okay, all right. Moving on. I'd also like to recognize at this time tonight's honoree, Steve Massini, Chief Executive Officer at Penn State Health. If you'd please stand for a round of applause. Thank you. But as we all know, no such scouting experience would exist without our devoted and supporting leaders, parents, and families who cannot be underestimated for the work they have played in each of these scouts' lives. They know better than anyone the transformations they have seen in these scouts, and it is these people who hold some of the greatest pride for them as a result. For me specifically, I would like to thank my parents for all their work, encouragement, and devotion behind the scenes, the leaders of the troop, Michelle Laverdier, Doug Baker, Barb Shutt, and Harry Rimmer, for their wealth of knowledge and constant commitment. All the merit badge counselors who devoted their time and went above and beyond to help me complete my requirements. And finally, all my fellow scouts, to whom I owe many amazing memories and lots of laughter. I encourage all the scouts to express their own gratitude to their leaders and families at some point tonight, as it will certainly mean more coming from them than from me. At this moment, can we please have all the leaders, parents, and families who came out tonight to support their scouts stand to be recognized. And being the reason we are all here tonight, I would like to congratulate all the fellow Eagle Scouts who join us for this celebration. Having succeeded in accomplishing not only satisfying all the requirements for the rank of Eagle, but succeeded in overcoming all the obstacles they faced up to this point to get here tonight. Succeeded in giving back to their communities. Succeeded in choosing to be in a program that would invest back in themselves, and succeeded in demonstrating most of all what it means to be an Eagle. At this moment, will all of this year's Eagle Scouts please stand for recognition? Congratulations again to you all, and may you pursue the rest of your experiences, both in scouting and out, realizing what you get out of life is directly related to what you put in. And what you gain must be a conscious effort of choosing to invest in yourself and all that you are working to make yourself to be. A better, wiser, more equipped member of society, set to make a positive impact in the community and be the difference you want to see in the world. And with that remark, I thank you again for your attention tonight and conclude my speech, and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you, Michaela. Boy, do I love a young public speaker. Really well done. So we want to thank you for sharing your story and being an inspiration to Scouts. And on behalf of the Council, I'd like to present a token of our appreciation with this Crystal Eagle Scout award. Thank you. Every time I hear the word Klondike, my fingers and toes still go numb. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the president of the New Birth of Freedom Council, Jan Wagner, to share some comments on behalf of the council.
Good evening, Scouts, Scouters, and friends. My name is Jan Wagner. Though I am not an Eagle Scout, I am the proud father of two, and it's my pleasure to serve as your council president. Please join me again in thanking Michaela for representing our Eagle class at this year's speaker and sharing her incredible scouting journey with us. We know that our programs positively impact young people's lives when they are given the opportunity to access and experience what scouting offers them. I also offer my congratulations to our newest Eagle Scouts who are in attendance this evening for achieving the highest rank in scouting. Earning the Eagle Scout Award is an incredible accomplishment. You should all be very proud because by design, attaining the rank of Eagle is a journey of several years and many requirements. It was never meant to be easy. As you'll discover in life, most things worth earning or achieving seldom are. I'd also emphasize that while we celebrate your achievement tonight, I can tell you personally from the experience of my two sons that it is the beginning of a more significant journey in your life. No matter where you go or what you do as an Eagle Scout, others will know what you can achieve, and more importantly, you know what you can achieve. This event would not be possible without the dedication and support of the New Birth of Freedom Council staff. Our staff's commitment to scouting is critical in delivering our program to the young people we serve. Thanks to Cameron Holman, Alex Hauk, Tammy Buss, Philip James Azuzu, Roger Chattel, Sal Frankie, Corey Kirshner, Sydney Newborn, Josh Niemerichter, Tyler Roman, Christina Stout, Caitlin Ward, Todd Widener, Ron Gardner, and Brian DeBees. Let's please give them a round of applause. I would like to recognize this year's Eagle Dinner co-presenting sponsor, Penn State Health and Highmark, were generous beyond words in supporting this event. This year's committee and its results are nothing short of spectacular. On behalf of the New Birth of Freedom Council, I offer my sincere thanks and gratitude to their leadership. I want to call upon Dinner Chairman Jeff Smith to come forward to be recognized and receive a token of our appreciation for his leadership in a fantastic dinner celebration. Please join me in a round of applause for our 2023 chairman. Finally, I'd like to share with you something vital to me as our council president. Each year, our council commits over $150,000 from its operating budget to serve youth in the city of York through our urban scouting program. These funds allow our council to provide access to scouting in underserved markets while removing financial barriers and leadership needs to participate. We rely on the generosity of community partners who have the vision to see what the scouting program can do in our urban areas and want to ensure that access to resources is not a barrier. Tonight, I would ask those present who have seen the benefits of the scouting program to consider becoming one of our community partners by pledging a financial investment of any amount to support our urban scouting program. Partners help provide scouting programs to young people through a delivery model that is most likely the only way we can reach and serve them. Given many of their economic and family circumstances, most who join will not become Eagle Scouts, and many will not even go on to Scouts BSA. And some may not stay in the program past 1 year, given the transient nature of their home lives. But all who do join Scouting, even if only for a moment, will benefit from its value-based character education programs. Our urban youth need positive influences, safe environments, and wholesome activities, and we're committed to providing these to them through the Urban Scouting program. And sometimes we get rewarded by watching a young scout reach their dream of achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. You will find pledge cards, envelopes, and pens on your table. Please take a moment to consider investing in our Urban Scouting program by completing the pledge card tonight. As you leave this evening, a staff member on either side of the exit doors will collect envelopes for this exclusive appeal. I appreciate your consideration, and congratulations again to class honoree Steve Massini, his colleagues and friends at Penn State Health and Highmark, and all of our newest Eagle Scouts and their families.
Thank you, Jan, very much. At this time, I would like to call upon our dinner chairman, Jeff Smith, for some important recognition as well. Jeff?
Thank you, Evan. First, we congratulate our newest Eagle Scouts here with us tonight. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and you are now better prepared to overcome any challenge you may face in the years ahead. I want to wish each of you the best of luck. In addition to recognizing our honoree and their current class of Eagle Scouts, this event is an essential funding source that delivers life-changing scouting experiences to 5,800 young people in the 6 counties the New Birth of Freedom Council serves. I am pleased to announce tonight's dinner has raised over $146,000 in support of scouting. Thank you all. We appreciate all contributions from those who have donated to this event and scouting this year. Our success was made possible by having a special volunteer committee whose hard work and dedication helped raise sponsorship event funds. I want to acknowledge our committee members tonight and ask those present to please stand and be recognized. They are Dave Bartow, Taylor Blyler, Alan Boynton, Scott Cantor, Scott Chadwick, Michael Cernovic, James George, Matthew Haar, Michael Kinney, Melissa Markey, Kathleen McKenzie, Bill McQuaid, Steve Voskuhl, Jan Wagner, and Mike Warfel. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd also like to thank Emily Gollahue of EG Photography for taking our Eagle class group and family photos, Rob Shirley for taking candid photos, Steve Kalnacki and Final Focus Productions for providing the video and technical support for tonight's program, Josh Brown for putting together our closing video, and the Hershey Company for donating all of the candy you've enjoyed on the tables tonight. Let's give them a round of applause as well. We want to recognize the co-presenting sponsor of tonight's dinner, Penn State Health and Highmark. They were tremendously generous in their financial support of this event. I want to call forward Joe Haddock, Market President, Eastern Pennsylvania at Highmark Inc., to accept a token of our appreciation. Please join me in a round of applause for our 2023 presenting sponsors. Next, I'd like to recognize our distinguished Eagle Scout sponsors this evening. First, I want to call forward Matt Tressler, Executive Vice President of McClure Company, to accept a token of our appreciation. Let's give McClure Company a round of applause. Next, I would like to ask Tony Aquilina, Executive Vice President and Chief Physician Executive at WellSpan Health, to accept a token of our appreciation. Please join me in one more round of applause for our 2023 Distinguished Eagle sponsors, McClure Company and WellSpan Health. Thank you. Next, I'd like to recognize our sponsors who supported the dinner at the Eagle and Life Scout sponsorship levels. And Michaela, I have the names here that I'm going to call out to make sure that they're recognized. We've placed Dan Kepner, an Eagle Scout alumnus from Troop 66 in Hummelstown, designed the custom-crafted commemorative wood plaque on their tables. Our Eagle sponsors include Cleveland Brothers, Kinsley Construction, M&T Bank, the Hershey Company, Glatfelter Insurance Group, Mr. and Mrs. Steve Voskuhl, Penn State Health Rehabilitation Hospital, and Milton Hershey School. Our life sponsors include Wagman Construction, the Leisure Family, Saul Ewing, McNeese, Wallace, and Nurek, Capital Blue Cross, Blue Sky Restoration, Alexander Building Construction. Let's give all of our sponsors a big round of applause this evening. Thank you. And finally, I want to call upon New Birth of Freedom Council board member Jim George to introduce this year's honoree. Jim.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm Jim George. I'm the Director of Community Relations for Penn State Health and a fellow Eagle Scout and the proud father of an Eagle Scout as well. It's my privilege to introduce our honoree this evening. Steve Messini is the Chief Executive Officer for Penn State Health, a rapidly expanding health system located in central and southeastern Pennsylvania. Mr. Massini has been a transformational leader at Penn State Health, which has evolved from a standalone Penn State Milton S. Hershey Medical Center into an academic healthcare system that includes 6 hospitals, 225 physician practice sites, spanning 9 different counties. Steve joined Penn State in 2015, originally serving as the Chief Financial Officer for the Penn State Milton S. Hershey Medical Center. A year later, he was promoted to Chief Financial Officer for the health system, and in 2019 was appointed CEO. Steve has been a central figure at Penn State Health and has committed to make care more accessible, convenient, and affordable. Today, with Highmark Health, Penn State Health is building a community health network that serves the region's residents to access Penn State Health's primary care facility within 10 minutes of their home, specialty care facilities within 20 minutes of their home, and an acute hospital within 30 minutes. Penn State also has virtual health programs. His employees, myself included, know him as a leader who embodies the Penn State Health system of respect, integrity, teamwork, and excellence. He has been a champion of cultural change, understanding, and inclusiveness within the organization, and has made diversity among the healthcare system leaders and workforce an institutional priority. Steve is a Penn State University alumnus, having earned his bachelor's degree in accounting with honors in 1985. He and his wife, Sherry, have 3 daughters and 2 grandchildren. I'm delighted to be here tonight as Steve is being honored and recognized for this award. And I would also ask that you please join me in recognizing Steve Massini as our 2023 Eagle Scout Recognition Dinner honoree. Steve?
You know, everybody was congratulating me when I walked in, and I didn't realize I was going to get such a beautiful plaque or statue. It's really about all of you that are here tonight and not me. But, you know, one thing I want to say to all the Eagle Scouts, you may not know this, maybe the families do, but it sounds like it's a tradition. Jeff Smith and I were able to join, how many of you, on a very tight stairwell out beyond the lobby to get a photo. And it took a while for all of us to get close and personal and crowded in. And the one question I have of all the Eagle Scouts is, you know, when our great photographer said, okay, time to fix your hair, why did everybody look at me? I looked around and I was the odd one out, but it was great to meet all you in those close quarters. I really am honored and humbled to join you here tonight and celebrate our newest Eagle Scouts. I know everyone said it, but I also need to add my congratulations to you for the years of hard work you put into this moment. I see a lot of proud parents, brothers, sisters, and a lot of proud Scout leaders. Since we gathered here in Hershey, I'll share a piece of wisdom from its founder, Milton S. Hershey. He said, "It's not what you leave your kids, but how you leave them." For all of you that helped these young men and women achieve their Eagle Scout ranking, thank you. Your time, encouragement, and mentoring are investments that will last a lifetime. I also need to start with a confession. I was never a Boy Scout. Jim knows this. I was a little hesitant to actually accept this honor, but he, as most Eagle Scouts I think are, pressed on and encouraged me to come tonight, and I'm glad I did. I really wish I had been. I think I would have loved it. You know, I had parents that introduced me to nature, and I hunt and fish and hike and camp and all the things that I heard Michaela talk about, which are amazing. I have a couple of grandkids now and a couple more on the way, and I'm really looking forward to introducing them. Hopefully, maybe one day, I'll be sitting proudly in this audience when they are recognized for such an incredible achievement. But I also know that the impact of Scouting goes far beyond the fun and camaraderie of the adventures. I know Scouting can instill confidence, reinforce values, and help shy, introverted kids, which I was one of them, to develop skills that will help them be successful in all aspects of their lives. I read some findings from a study that Baylor University did in 2012, which was the 100th anniversary of awarding the first Eagle Scout medal. It looked at the impact of the rank of an Eagle Scout. And they found that Eagle Scouts were more likely to have higher levels of planning and preparation skills, be in leadership positions, have closer relationships with family and friends, be volunteers, donate money to charitable organizations, work with others to improve their neighborhoods, and so much more. Like many of you might be thinking right now, I couldn't help but think when I read this, did somebody actually have to do a study to figure that out? I think all of you know the answers without doing a study. As an employer, I can tell you that the skills that all of you Eagle Scouts display are the people that I want to hire. As we build our Penn State Health organization, we don't just look at talent and degrees and work experience. We look at the whole person. We want people who share in our values and our commitment to our communities. It's incredibly important to us. For all the Eagle Scouts here tonight, I know you already are community-minded. You've shown that through your service projects. I had a chance to look at a few of them, and I know we'll see photos of them later this evening, but I'm going to ask if we can cue up our first slides. I only have a couple. This is a pedestrian bridge at the 300-year-old Renfrew Museum and Park in Waynesboro. It was excavated and built over a marshy area by Ethan Brandt, and I hope I get this right, of the Conococheague district. Visitors to this historic farmstead couldn't walk through this area because it was too wet and too muddy on most days. The grounds director said he was so grateful to Ethan for working with him to build the bridge. It's something he wanted to do for years, but as a nonprofit organization, they didn't have the funds. He said so many people now walk in that area that he has to keep putting mulch down to keep up with the trail. Maybe a future project for another Scout. The next slide, you can pull it up, shows Colin McQuaid of the Pioneer District building dugout shelters at the James Canos Memorial Field in Lower Allen Township, Cumberland County. Until these shelters were built, kids and adults enjoying the ball fields had no shelter when bad weather came their way. And I have one more slide. We can go to that, thank you. This project is especially close to my heart because it benefited pediatric patients at our Penn State Health Children's Hospital just across the street. Jackson Corbin of the Battlefield District created 500 original activity books for children undergoing treatment at our hemophilia center. The books were designed by children with bleeding disorders, and they showcase activities that kids with this illness can safely participate in. One of our social workers worked with Jackson on this project and said the books bring such joy and encouragement to the kids. So thank all three of you and all of the Scouts. My advice to you, and I'll be short with it, it's actually a request to the Eagle Scouts tonight, is this. Continue to embed service to others in your professional and personal lives. And it doesn't mean that you have to take on another endeavor as large as your Eagle Scout project. Participate in a neighborhood cleanup, walk dogs at a local shelter, deliver a meal, or rake leaves for an elderly neighbor, or take time to listen and check in on someone who is having a rough time. Maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's someone at your school or a grandparent. My wife, Sherry, wasn't able to be here tonight. She has to be watching one of the grandchildren. She would love to have been here. But if you know her, and I know some of you do, she's one of those people that continually serves others. She also supports me in more ways than I could possibly describe. Something happened that comes to my mind that I thought about as I was preparing for this, and really thought it was relevant. It's the following story. It's a true story. I'll abbreviate it. It was a few months ago, and I was struggling a bit with all of the challenges that were facing our country, and in particular our healthcare organization. And I was wondering, was I having a positive impact? That particular morning, as my wife usually does, she recognized, even though I don't talk a lot about it, that I wasn't kind of in my right frame of mind. And when I got to work, she had texted me a short version of a podcast. I don't remember who it was by, what it actually, the specifics of it, but there was a part in there that really resonated with me, and I think it's important tonight. And it went something like this. Most people will only ever know or see about 1% of the people they impact in life. And while I couldn't find studies that confirmed the 1% number, I did find lots of studies that confirmed the ripple effect of serving others. Numerous studies showed that people who gave of themselves in different ways, often just random acts of kindness, never fully understood and underestimated the impact they had on others. I think about Colin's dugout shelters and Ethan's bridge. In the coming years, thousands of people who are playing ball or visiting that park will take advantage and have a better experience of what they did. I think about our pediatric patients who would rather be anywhere else than undergoing treatment. But thanks to Jackson, they have a fun activity that takes their mind off of their illness, even if just for a short while. And I look across this room. I see the enormous impact of scouting. Each of the Eagle Scouts completed an individual project that will have a lasting impact. Together, I have a number of 170. I think I heard 178 projects. And I think Kel mentioned it, that's just here, just in central PA. When you multiply that across the country, when you multiply that by 110 years of Eagle Scout projects, millions of people have benefited from the work that these Eagle Scouts have done. I think about how you got here tonight. Not literally. It was not fun out there. But you had a scout leader who committed to your journey, despite having jobs and families and everything else going on in their lives. Your leaders gave their time and shared their knowledge because they believed in you. They committed to serving the next generation of young people through the scouting program. So thank you for investing in our young people. In doing so, you already know this, you're investing in the future of our communities and our country. To our new Eagle Scouts, I happen to work at an academic medical system that is part of Penn State University. We share. My wife went to Harrisburg too. That's great. And we often talk about the importance of lifelong learning, and that is really important. But I would argue with you that equally as important is lifelong service to others. It's incredibly important. There's a poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson titled, "What is Success?" I heard this a few weeks ago. We were honoring someone that was retired, and this was one of his favorite poems. and it really resonated with me, and especially, I think, for tonight. I won't read the entire poem, but it ends with this: to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded. So as you go forward with your lives, as you think about what it means to be successful, I challenge you to keep service at the forefront. Doing so will not only help you succeed, but more than that, it will make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Congratulations on being our honoree, and we thank you for your leadership in the community and tonight's heartfelt words. At this time, I'd like to call on Ron Gardner, the Scout Executive and Chief Executive Officer of the New Birth of Freedom Council and fellow Eagle Scout, for some final remarks. Ron?
Good evening, everyone. It makes me so happy to see so many familiar faces here. It's like this is a Thanksgiving week tradition, this event. The Tuesday before Thanksgiving is always the Eagle Dinner Night. What do you say we do this again next year? Everybody go with that? You be back? Hope so. I'd like to take a second to thank our MC, Evan Forrester, who annually lends us his gravitas from the anchor desk, right? Gravitas is the correct word? There you go. If Evan says it, you know it's true. So we appreciate you being here tonight, Evan, to help MC and make this event even more special, and we'd like to present you with a token of our appreciation. I'd like to thank all the Eagle Scouts who signed that little book here for Evan, and he was very pleased to receive that. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we've all talked about this a little bit tonight. So many people have contributed to the success of our Eagle Scouts and Scouting in general. First, to all the moms and dads and family members who were sorely tested along their Scouts path to become an Eagle Scout. Like you, my wife and I experienced the ups and downs in trying to convince our two sons that doing the work and finishing the climb to Eagle was well worth it. We have all suffered, haven't we? But we hung in there with our kids. We did what was needed to get our kids across the finish line, even when our frustration inevitably led to threats, a parent's last resort. For all you did to support your Eagle Scout, thank you. We've already said what I believe to be so true, is our scouting volunteers are so important. They tirelessly give their time, talent, and treasure to support scouting. To all the leaders who were here, I hope that nights like this, where you see your Scouts recognized for their accomplishments, are a source of pride and recognition for all you who've done. Without you, there would be no scouting. Scouting's impact on the lives of young people in our communities would be significantly diminished. So thank you for all the meetings, camping trips, and serving as role models to our Scouts. To the community represented by all the local businesses here tonight, this evening event reflects that scouting still matters as a resource in helping to shape the future of South Central Pennsylvania. Thank you for being here tonight. I'd like to beg your indulgence here for a second, since there are so many people here that support scouting tonight. I hope you won't mind if I take a few minutes to talk about some exciting things happening in our council. So I do have a slide if we have it up on the screen. There's great scouting news happening right now. There's no debate that the pandemic absolutely was devastating to our program, as efforts to stop COVID's spread and avoid sickness prevented many meetings and outings from happening. As a result, our membership declined sharply, but I'm heartened by the progress being made this fall. As you can see up on the screen, there are some good numbers that are happening so far this year. Cub Scout membership is very important to the overall long-term health of the Scouting movement, especially when we're able to attract children in kindergarten through 2nd grade. Those are the prime joining years for new Cub Scouts. Our registrations of new youth members have increased nicely this fall, with Cub Scouts up by 10% at the end of October. We need to continue those efforts to regrow Scouting through our 6-county service area to undo what the pandemic wrought. Like most financial advisors and their commercials on TV, we can't promise that past performance guarantees future returns, but positive news is worth noting. As you may have heard, switching subjects, every local BSA council helped resolve the BSA's bankruptcy by making significant financial contributions to the Victim Settlement Trust. As we often hear, in every problem there is opportunity. In our field, I feel that our council has risen to meet the moment now that the bankruptcy is behind us. To rebuild our financial strength and better position ourselves for the future, our council is pursuing a bold transformational course. First, we're selling 916 acres at Camp Tuckahoe in Dillsburg to the Central Pennsylvania Conservancy to be permanently preserved from development. We frequently refer to this area as buffer acreage, land that we own, that we use to protect ourselves against development pushing too close to the parts of Tuckahoe we use for program. When making this sale, we received the appraised market value of the land as if we were selling it to a developer, which is an excellent outcome. Tuckahoe will continue to look as it does today for our future campers, and we hope to close this deal in the 2nd quarter of next year. Next, we have some slides I'd like to share with you. We plan to consolidate our council headquarters in the original 1948 dining hall at Camp Tuckahoe. Tuckahoe straddles the York-Cumberland County border at the center of our council territory, and we plan to restore the exterior of the building to as close to its original appearance as possible while renovating the interior into a modern service center. We plan to sell both current service centers in York and Mechanicsburg as part of our overall financial recovery, and we have recently verbally agreed to an offer to purchase the York Service Center. I want to share with you some of the plans for the new service center created by our architect, Rich Gribble at By Design Consultants. What you see up on the screen right now is a view of the main entrance to the building. Some of you who've camped at Tuckahoe will recognize this is the side of the building you currently go into for the trading post. Next slide. This is the view of the entrance to the retail store entrance on the ground floor. So the basement of the building will be a Scout shop. Next slide. This view shows the retail entrance and the main entrance at the same time in what Rich labeled as the twilight render. Rich, I love the architect's term there, twilight rendering. That was very good. Next slide, please. This is the inside the trading post, actually. If you look toward the front of the building where the porch is, this is a view of what will be the lobby, where we've carefully kept the beautiful stonework on the fireplace there. Next slide. And this is looking in the other direction in the lobby, the other way. One more slide here. And this would show the field staff's working space. As you can see, there's just a tremendous amount of character in this building being kept, especially those fireplaces and the beams. So I appreciate you allowing me a few minutes to share these plans. It's an exciting time in the council, and we hope to finish these projects as quickly as possible. We know with change, it always comes with challenges, but repurposing this very cool building with so much history is an excellent example of how Scouting can successfully evolve to meet the needs of our future Scouts, leaders, and staff. Before I sit back down, I do want to say a few brief words to tonight's Eagle Scouts. You've heard others say things, and this is just my brief thoughts of my own. Being an Eagle Scout is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of the rest of your life. Being an Eagle Scout will cause people to expect a lot from you. Put what you've learned to use. As Mr. Massini said, give back when your time comes, to Scouting, to your community. Dream big dreams for yourself, your family, and your community, and go all in to make them happen. Make us proud, and make yourself proud of yourself. Your Eagle Scout paperwork lands on my desk for my signature after your board review. I'm always inspired by reading your letters about your scouting experience and your hopes for the future. It is especially heartening to review the Eagle Scout service projects done by your Scouts as we saw here a few minutes ago. On a bad day, it makes me feel better to see all the great work our Eagle Scouts are doing. So to close our program here this evening, I'd like to share with you a sampling of the pictures of what I get to see. Our Eagle Scouts in action impacting their community through these projects. When the slideshow ends, we will stand adjourned. Happy Thanksgiving and best wishes to you and your family for a happy and safe holiday season.